Welcome everyone to Leading Edge Pro Series. We're going to take you straight into the race. Looks like I'm having a little bit of issues with the broadcast here. So DP, I'll let you call it. I'm going to try and get this thing fixed so we can watch this racing. But so far, we are at Darlington here in the trucks. DP, I'll let you call it until I can get this thing situated. Always some good technical issues here for Xbox.
More Smoke leading the race. Mr. Trackbar running in second place. And that is going to be followed by Big John in third place. The top five drivers have broken away a little bit here, and they're bumper to bumper. But that's kind of the way you got to run this track. This is definitely one of those tracks that are going to give even the best of drivers fits. 1 and 2, very different than 3 and 4. Definitely a lot of different driving tactics that can be run at this track. It just kind of all depends on how it's going to shake out. Right now, these top five drivers looking to break away from the rest of the field, Ryan.
Yeah, top five are definitely breaking away from the rest of this field. Finally did get our stream working, so now you can see the 15 of a More Smoke in that Napa Chevy truck. As you see the 33 of Mr. Trackbar in the Miller Welders Silverado go and pass on the outside. That is really tough to do, DP. That's very impressive that 33 truck was able to make that pass there on the 15 truck.
These trucks are going to be really hard to drive tonight, even on the newest of tires. But one thing to be said for the new tires, you can run a little bit side by side. As these tires start to wear out, though, Ryan, that's going to be impossible to do. So right now, these 5 trucks trying to get as much room as they possibly can from the rest of the field, so when they do start battling, they don't catch up. Although the 51 of the Aviator looking underneath that third place driver in the 1 truck, he decides against it. They go back single file. The 33 truck still out to a nice lead there, Ryan. It looks like they're being really patient behind him, but that's good news for him, because now as those two cars go side by side, he's starting to gain some ground.
Yeah, sorry about that, DP. My mic got unplugged, so I'm just not hitting on all cylinders here tonight. But, yeah, we were talking about the 1 of Big John up in the wall. He's going to lose 3 positions in that 1 truck as he falls back and loses. Now he is in the 5th position here at Darlington in the Truck Series. Again, Leading Edge Pro Series, sponsored by Xbox NASCAR Racing Community and our good buddy Rock NASCAR 388. So far, green flag racing for this race. DP, only a 25% race here at Darlington with the trucks. We do have Stout Whiskey as our lap counter, as well as our in-race reporter. We'll talk to him the first chance we get. But right now, the 33 of Mr. Trackbar really doing a great job here at Darlington.
The 51 of Stout, the 51 truck making a move for third place. He gets around that 4th place driver of Stout Whiskey, now running 4th. And Ryan, this is one of those things. These truck races are not very long, and Darlington is one of those tracks that's so small. Normally, you don't see a whole lot of contact out of these drivers. I guarantee contact this evening.
Absolutely, and Stout Whiskey has got to maintain his position. He is currently in the points lead with 502 points. Mr. Trackbar, currently your race leader, in second with 494, actually tied with Leafs Justin, also who has 494. A More Smoke is in 4th position with 484 points, and JRM Dohar rounds out the top 5 with 476 points here in the Leading Edge Pro Series. Again, they're swapping it up tonight, running the Truck Series here as we ride along with the 32 of Stout Whiskey, crossing the start-finish line once again. Trackbar gets really loose there, DP. I thought I saw that on the screen, but the 51 of the Aviator is now taking the lead.
Yeah, 51 going to take advantage of a little mishap from the Aviator, and he's going to take that first place position. That was a big gap the 33 had on the rest of the field, and so that truck's definitely fallen off just a little bit. The 51 now starting to make a little bit of a gap, and we see a truck way down onto the inside wall, Ryan. They are having issues tonight. Just one of those tracks.
Yeah, DP, me and you both just actually got finished running here at Darlington in the Cup cars in another league event that we're a part of. And man, I'm telling you, I lost it 3 or 4 times coming off turn two. Just the once it gets loose, man, you cannot save it. I mean, and it's the same with these trucks, and you've seen it here. The one of Big John, unfortunately, Rex gets it back going, so we're still green flag racing. But this is a tough track. It's really tough to pass. It's a narrow track. You can't really run. You watch the Cup guys and the truck guys in real life at Darlington. Oh, you see the 51 gets loose, DP. These trucks are just not handling well here in this first green flag run.
The battle for first place back and forth between the 33 and the 51. Yeah, right. And like you said, these trucks, they're really hard to turn. And so when you're coming off the corner, a lot of times you're finding yourself oversteering. And when you're oversteering and the track starts to flatten out, you are going to turn sideways. Hopefully these top two drivers have learned something from those mistakes. They can get that cleaned up. They definitely have strong race trucks tonight.
Absolutely, and we got our good buddy SKD in the chat saying good racing so far. It absolutely is. They have continued to stay green flag racing here in the truck series. We also had Cody Pinnell over on Facebook like our video. That is right. We are streaming live on 3 different platforms, not only on twitch.tv/ARCS Racing Networks. You can also follow us on Facebook. Just search ARCS Racing Network, as well as YouTube on ARCS Racing Network. So DP, we have 3 times the coverage here. I feel like we're getting close to Fox Sports 1 coverage over here, buddy. But Mr. Trackbar definitely taking back the lead after the 51 got very, very loose coming out of one of the exits of these turns. And right now the front 4 definitely looking like they are the dominant trucks here tonight at Darlington.
Yeah, definitely great to be on all 3 different socials there. And these guys deserve it, putting on a great show once again. We've already seen some mistakes out of these trucks. And after, about 17 laps into this race, Ryan, we're still seeing 3 trucks that are really close to each other. This is some really good Darlington racing. Watch how those drivers get really close to that outside line in 1 and 2. That is perfectly how you want to run that track. It just shows how good these guys really are.
Yeah, they're definitely putting on a show as we ride along with the one truck of Big John. You see there he's got some front end damage from when he unfortunately lost it and got into that inside wall. He is running right in front of the 74 of Ward Burton, but back up front, the 51 of the Aviator 1024 currently running in second, doing everything he can to stay with that 33 of Mr. Trackbar. If you look at the points, the Aviator running in 12th right now, actually tied for 11th. He has had some server issues throughout this season, so it really has affected him and his season so far. But definitely, if he can keep this run up, DP, it's going to be a great points day for that 51 truck.
Yeah, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. You can win races all you want, but then the next race you don't want to be wrecking out because it's just going to kill your points. And so consistency is the key here, but it looks like these top 3 drivers are going to come down pit road for some green flag pit stops there, Ryan.
Green flag pit stops are underway here at Darlington. The 33, the 51, and the 15 trucks all decide to come down pit road this time. So the rest of the trucks are going to stay out. We'll see. It looks like Stout Whiskey in that number 32 Ford F-150. Mac Tools truck will be your race leader, and he's going to go around the racetrack once again, stay out. So it looks like some guys may have did a little bit of short pitting. So we could be looking at some type of fuel strategy here by the end of this race, DP.
Yeah, and this is actually kind of cool, and I'll try to see if I can explain this the best way that I can. We saw Stout Whiskey come down. He's obviously thinking that maybe this race might go green, Ryan, and if it does, then he's trying to pit to where that he can go the best way that he can and have the freshest tires for as long as he can. But what he did was he pulled everybody else on the field down pit road, and so virtually all of the top 5 or top 6 are going to be on the exact same strategy with this short pit, and that could change up the whole field here tonight.
Yeah, it really could, and that's what's so cool about this strategy here at Darlington. When you get a long green flag run, it really changes the entire race outlook. I mean, we're sitting at about 46, 47 laps to go here, and the 32 of Stout Whiskey doing a really good job right now of kind of trying to shake up the top group of people here. But, again, the 32, he's trying to get points. He's trying to be different, and I think he did a really good job there of changing his pit strategy. Like we said, DP, if you follow the leader, that's all you're ever going to do is follow the leader. So 32 trying some different strategy here as we'll come to about lap 23 of 68. Still a long ways to go, DP. A lot can happen here at Darlington, but still the 33, your race leader with the 51 right on his tail. We will try and get back to that 51 machine. There you see the 74 of Ward Burton down pit road. So a few guys staying out a little bit later than others, but now we have a new race leader, DP. The 51 of the Aviator makes the pass on the 33 of Mr. Trackbar.
And they are battling right here, the 33 and the 51 now side by side. I believe the 33 led that lap. The 33 going to get that lead right back. And so they are definitely fighting for every inch of asphalt that they can possibly find.
Yeah, they are. And they've really gone back and forth. It looked like the 33 got a little bit into the wall. 51 took advantage of that. You see they are closing in on that number 1 truck of Big John. Oh, the 33 gets loose coming off of turn number 4. And, of course, Darlington is a very different shaped track, DP. It's not like your normal tracks that these guys run on a week-to-week basis. This thing is turn 1 and 2, definitely a wide sweeping turn, really no brake needed. But then you get to turn 3 and 4, DP, and you really have to be careful. You got to give a little bit of brake to keep it off that outside wall. And I'm telling you, as a fellow driver, sometimes you get very confused, DP, and you think you're going into turn 1 and 2, and you actually are heading into turn 3 and 4, and it ends up being a terrible turn as you see the 33 still struggling with that truck, but staying right with the 51.
Yeah, Ryan, and you end up having to do everything right. We see the 33 way up against the wall, but even then, he's exiting a little bit high. Every time that you're not running this track exactly correct, you're off the gas more and more. And so in 1 and 2, you want to let off the gas, get right up against the wall, and be exiting off the bottom of the corner, because if you're not exiting right at the right spot, the truck's going to go right up into the wall before you even know it. And then, of course, 3 and 4, you got to get really hard on the brake, get that truck turned, and get it turned in the right direction and running off. And so definitely these drivers at Darlington, I love this track because you have to be on it lap after lap. The 51 and the 33 lap after lap, proving why they are some of the best.
Yeah, this is the best that you can find on Xbox, and obviously several Pro League drivers in here. As the 51 gets a little loose coming off turn 2, that is one of the most difficult turn exits probably on this game if I had to bet, DP. I mean, it's so crazy because you don't know what your car or truck is going to do. You can be completely fine 1 second and then just be sideways the next second, as we have a new second place driver. That is the 15 of Amore Smoke now running in second place, trying to catch the 51 of the Aviator. in that number 51 Toyota Tundra Hunt Brothers Pizza truck. Looks a lot like that old Terry Labonte paint scheme back in the 90s there, DP.
Yeah, that old Kellogg scheme. Loved that Terry Labonte paint scheme. Somebody ought to run that, maybe an iRacing or something. We ought to talk him into running that just so we can see it again. The 51 is still the leader, but he's hard into the wall now. The 15 closes right up to him. He decides not to take the run, so the 33 will definitely do that for them side by side for second place, but the 51 going to lose 2 positions on that hard wall hit.
And that's all it takes, DP. There you see the 33 actually gives the spot back. I feel like he probably felt like he may have been a little bit overly aggressive there. But now you have a new race leader, the 15 of More Smoke, as the 33 is looking under the 51. Doesn't quite have it clear, so he's going to stay in line. Now the 51 drives it hard into turn 3 and 4 on the 15's back bumper. Front 3 is Toyota Chevrolet, as they cross the line one more time here at Darlington. That will put it at 37 laps remaining in this truck race. Definitely a couple more pit stops to be had here in this race. Thanks again to our buddy Stitch for liking our video on Facebook. DP, it's still just so crazy to me that I get notifications not only for Twitch comments, but also Facebook and YouTube. So really cool. Like I said, being on all these platforms, it really opens the audience to watch this great racing here at Darlington tonight. Even though the trucks are running at daytime, it is prime time Wednesday night racing here on NASCAR Heat 5.
Leading Edge Pro Series at it again here at Darlington in the trucks. Definitely one of the cool things that these guys do is running these different series all the time. So their schedule is made up of Xfinity Cup and trucks, but they're running for the same points. Right now, the 15 looking to gain the most points out of this race. He is barely ahead of that 51 truck. The 33 starts to fall back away from these leaders though, Ryan.
Yeah, and I've also been looking at the 32 truck of Stout Whiskey. He's going to have to come down pit road actually this time. Let's see if we can get there. You see him down pit road. He was on different pit strategy, so he runs out of fuel before these other guys. There you see the leader still on the track. But what that does, DP, is it gives him fresher tires. And then these leaders, as we only have about 33 laps to go, give or take a couple, it's always hard to keep up with laps here on these live streams, but they're going to go one more lap under green here as they are catching a lap car there. That is the one truck of Big John. Hopefully he will be kind enough to give these leaders a little bit of room, as he does. He goes way down low. I don't know if he meant to.
Oh, he's around.
Oh, yeah, he wrecks. So and there's the 51. The Aviator is coming on pit road this time. The 15 and the 33 will stay out. So let's try and swap back to that 15. There's the 33 of Mr. Trackbar, now currently in second. The 15 in first place, DP. We'll have to see when these guys decide to come down pit road. But we will see where Stout Whiskey cycles out after all these trucks make their green flag pit stops.
Two drivers now up front, the 15 and the 33, leading this race. And this is different because they came down really quick when the 34 of Stout Whiskey came down before. We saw the 51 stay true to his strategy. Looks like the 33 and the 15, they think they have something maybe for a longer type of run. And so we see the 15 come down. The 33 is going to stay out, Ryan. And so now the 33 is way out by himself.
Yeah, the 33 by himself now. But you got to think, DP, does he think he can make it maybe on one more stop? I don't exactly know the fuel range here on these trucks at Darlington, but him staying out, he's definitely got to think maybe I can try and make this thing in one more stop. As you see now, the 33 of Mr. Track Bar coming down pit road. We will see where he comes out in relation to the rest of these trucks. The 32 of Stout Whiskey currently running in 9th position. He was one of the first trucks to come down pit road. We will see where he cycles through after the 33 comes off of pit road. And I think there may actually still be a couple cars staying out. We have another leader going around the 33 right now. Really difficult to keep up with because if these guys are running custom setups, it does not give us a lap or a car number, truck number there, DP. So, but we are at about 29 to go this time by. So the race is starting to wind down, and fuel strategy definitely starting to shape up.
Yeah, green flag race so far, and that definitely brings all this strategy into play. What these guys did back at lap 16 is going to matter on lap 68 when this race is over. And so it's just very important that these guys they stick to the strategy that they want to run. It's going to be different than everybody else's, or it's going to be the same as some other guys. But if as long as you stay with your plan and don't make any mistakes and execute well, you're going to find yourself up front. Right now, though, there's about 3 or 4 trucks I think that have a chance to win this race altogether. Everybody else is going to desperately need a caution to catch back up.
Yeah, and at this moment, it looks like the 51 of the Aviator 1024 is your current race leader. He has put a really big gap. I mean, you see there, we're looking back now at the 15 of a More Smoke in second, and then the 33 of Mr. Track Bar in third. So the 51 truck must have had a really, really great pit road entrance, as well as pit road exit back onto the track. But now we'll see, can that 15 and 33 truck catch the 51 of the Aviator? We know he is pushing that thing really hard as he goes under the 74 of Ward-Burton to put that 74 truck a lap down. So now the 74 is going to fight to stay the first car a lap down to continue this race here under green, DP at Darlington. Again, this is the Leading Edge Pro Series, switching it up in the trucks tonight here at Darlington, and great racing so far. Not a single caution here in this race so far. We'll see if they can keep it that way as they continue green flag racing here. Still, 51 looks really good, but he is getting he's getting a mirror full, DP. The second and third place trucks are catching him pretty quick.
Yeah, the 34 going to come down early, but he was a little bit off the pace. The 51, a very meaningful truck to come down really early. And so the 15, the 33, they stayed out a lot longer, Ryan. And so the 51 going to be able to run those quicker lap times at first. But now that they're out, they're running way faster than he is right now. But that could change as these tires start to even out as the run goes on. As long as the 51 can manage this gap, he could be in really good shape at the end of this race.
He really could. And we are now coming to 23 to go this time at the line. And our good buddy K-Rexkin, a.k.a. Kinsey, says, great broadcast and great racing. Thank you to Kinsey. She's all the way down in Florida on vacation and still watching our stream, so we appreciate the support. We appreciate everyone tuning in. This is some great racing here from some of the best in the Xbox NASCAR Heat community, as the 33 is now on the 51's back bumper. He gets into the wall just a little bit, DP. He's going to lose a little bit of time, but the 51 is in big trouble right now. The 33 and the 15 definitely have fresher tires, and they are way faster than that 51. He's going to have to pull some blocking moves here to try and stay in the lead.
And sometimes that's easy to do, Ryan. When you're up front, if you can run that track exactly right and know where that truck needs to be, you can block. And so the 51 not quite there yet, but he needs to be absolutely perfect because the 33 is going to be a little bit faster than him. So he needs to hold him off and try to get the 33 to wear out some of his stuff.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, that is exactly what you want to do. You want the trucks behind you to wear out their tires. Again, the 51 came down before the 33 and the 15, so he's definitely running slower lap times right now. But just keeping an eye also on Stout Whiskey. He's now currently running in fourth. As this time by, they will cross the line with 20 laps remaining here at Darlington. The 51 of the Aviator still your current race leader. The 33 of Track Bar in second. The 15 of More Smoke in third. And Stout Whiskey currently running in fourth position.
The top two drivers bumper to bumper. This is the battle for the lead. 19 laps remaining when they go to the line. The 33 into the 51 and the 51 into the wall. It's not going to mean much. The 51 continues to have his spot. But now that might bring a little bit room for the 15 of a More Smoke to bring that third place truck up here into the fray. The 51 into the wall again. That brings the 33 side by side coming into one. The 33 going to get that spot. When you're side by side like that on entry, Ryan, you almost got to give it away because you do not want to make a big bad mistake.
It's really hard to run too wide here at Darlington. Me and you both know that. In the Cup cars, even more than the Truck Series. These trucks can, kind of take a beating. They can beat off each other a little bit. Doesn't really get you out of shape too much. But the 51 definitely now in a tough spot. That 33 with fresher tires. It's going to be tough to stick with the 33. And now the 51 has the 15 in his rearview mirror. Of course, the 15 of a More Smoke trying to make up as many points as he possibly can as well. But these front three are a good straightaway away from the 32 of Stout Whiskey in that number 32 Ford F-150. Just got a glimpse of his fuel there, and he's at about 3 laps remaining in the fuel tank. So he will have to pit here within the next 2 or 3 laps. And that's going to start the next cycle of green flag pit stops. So it'll be interesting to see, can anyone, try and push it. But at this point, DP, I think everyone has to stop at least one more time, maybe even a second stop. As you see, we'll swap over here. There's the 32 of Stout Whiskey coming down pit road, as well as another truck back there. Can't quite catch the number on that truck. But green flag pit stops have started once again here at Darlington, DP.
And the story, I believe, here is going to be the 51. The 15 sneaks down pit road. And so that might be a big move for the 15 to come down a lap sooner. I believe the 51 will come down next time by. The 33 is going to stay out a little bit later. The 51's in a box a little bit, Ryan, because he came down about 4 or 5 laps before the 33 did. And so he's going to have to come down pit road very soon. He'll come out on newer tires, so he should have the gap that he did before. But we saw what happened. The 33 was definitely able to capitalize and get around him.
Yeah, and we still see the 33 and the 51 both still on the racetrack here. So there you see the 38 coming off pit road. You see also the 15 of a More Smoke in his pit stall getting his services done. As Stout Whiskey comes out of pit road now, he is running in the 10th position. But again, he will make up a lot of time. There's the 51 of the Aviator coming down pit road. So the 33 of Mr. Track Bar stays out one more lap. You see right in front of him is actually the 32 of Stout Whiskey. But because that truck has such fresh tires, you will see that gap just continue to get bigger and bigger. And then, of course, the 33 of Mr. Track Bar will have to pit one more time at least. Still determined, we still got to figure out, DP, do these guys have to stop one more time, or can they make it on fuel strategy? It'll be really interesting to see as we close out these laps. They're coming to, this time around, will be about 13 laps remaining. So this race is almost over, DP.
Coming to the final laps of this race, probably the final pit stop of the race. Like we said, Ryan, they kind of short pitted. And so they kind of did this a little bit road course style. It worked out for them in the beginning because there was no caution that came out at an inopportune time. And so these guys should be able to go the rest of the way. And now it just all depends on who made the right call, who came in at the right lap.
33 of Mr. Track Bar now on pit road. He is your current race leader. Question is, can he make his stop and get back out? There you see the 51 of the Aviator go by him and unlap himself. So can that 51 truck get back around? We do think that he will come out in front of the 33 DP just like he did last time, but he will have about 3 or 4 laps on his tires. So that is huge here at Darlington. This track wears tires out like almost like Atlanta. I mean, this track is really rough. It's got a lot of gravel and sand actually in this concrete, well, not concrete, but pavement. As the 33 truck comes out, there you see the 51 is actually behind the 33. Oh, but they're going to go down low coming into turn 3 and 4. The front three wide as they touch coming out of turn 4, DP.
Wow, that was incredible. Not something that you're used to seeing, especially here at Darlington, especially in a truck. But indeed, the 51 makes a bold move and is rewarded for that. He is going to be your leader. Very few laps remaining in this race. About 10 to go, Ryan.
Yeah, and I think they'll actually be coming to about 8 to go here. Our in-race reporter of Stout Whiskey still is currently 1 lap down, according to his stream here. So the 51 is your race leader. 33 of Mr. Track Bar running second, and the 15 of A More Smoke in third. Really great racing there as they went 3 wide coming into the turn. Absolutely just amazing racing here as the 51 of the Aviator now has the 33 of Mr. Track Bar on his back bumper. We know the 33 has fresher tires. Can the 51 try and hold the 33 up? I just don't think he can, DP. That 33 just is too fast. But will he be overly aggressive and make the 33 make a mistake?
About 5 laps to go. The 51, the 33. We've seen this before. Can the 51 hold off the 33? He was unable to do it about 20 laps ago. Right now, he's doing a very good job. The 33 going to get a nice run and try to cross over the 51. They're side by side coming to the line, Ryan.
33 clears the 51, and that is not what the 51 wanted to hear when his spotter said all clear, because now the 33 of Mr. Track Bar is going to use those fresh tires to his advantage, but he does have some lap traffic up ahead. You see the 2 truck in front of him, and there's another green truck up in front of the 2. So we will really have to pay attention. And DP, I believe Stout Whiskey may have gotten a speeding penalty because he is still back in 9th place. He was definitely running in 4th before that last green flag pit stop. So a shame for that 32 truck. Oh, the 33 gets loose coming off turn 2 as he goes around the 2, and now he's coming up on this green car. We are slowly running out of laps here, DP. We're on lap 64 of 68, now coming to lap 65 of 68. So they are within striking distance of that white flag, and then, of course, the checkered flag here at Darlington.
Peter just hit 3 laps to go for that 33 truck. An unbelievable performance by Mr. Track Bar. Led the beginning of the race, had to run strategy and make sure he stayed up with the crew. That's what he did, Ryan. And the 33 all out to foreseeably a win. Anything can happen at the end of this race, but the 33's got a big lead here right when he needs that big lead.
Yeah, and I think he'll be coming to 2 to go this time. Our in-race reporter just hit 4 laps remaining, but he is a lap down, so that would mean this time by this 33 truck of Mr. Track Bar is going to take 2 laps remaining, just a handful of laps left. The 51 of the Aviator, you can see, looks like he used up all of his tires. Unfortunately, I just don't think it'll be enough unless that 33 truck just gets really, really bent out of shape, as the 33 is going to come around turn 3 into turn 4, and we'll take the white flag here at Darlington. 1 to go here, DP.
The 33 comes down into turn 1 and will almost exit out of turn 2 before the rest of the competition gets there. The 51 had a strong truck, but not strong enough. The 33 going to come down into turn 3, take the final corner. He should be the winner here at Darlington, Ryan.
Comes around turn 4, and the flag man has the checkered flag waving. The 33 of Mr. Track Bar is your winner here at Darlington. The 51 of the Aviator, oh, I don't think it's over yet. They look like they're still racing. So there it is. No, we're these streams are great, DP. We have no information, but the 33 definitely looking like he will take home the victory here. We'll see if this is the checkered flag. The 51 in second, and I believe the 15 will come home in third. There is the checkered flag here at Darlington. We were just one lap off. We weren't too bad there, DP, but 33 put on a show. No cautions. Once again, that just proves here how great these guys did.
Darlington, a tricky track, and to tell me that we were going to go to Darlington and have no cautions in a truck race, I would say I do not believe you, but these guys do an incredible job week in and week out. Great racing. Should look to hear from our top 3 soon.
Yeah, and actually, DP, I think we may have gotten some wrong information. It's actually showing first place as Ward Burton, second place as Tom Flitty, and third as Mr. Track Bar. So we must have missed some extreme fuel saving there, because I had no idea. I thought Ward Burton was a lap down there, but according to the result, sorry, I had my mic muted there. Yeah, DP, I think actually, I was looking at the results from our in-race streamer, and it looks like Ward Burton actually brought home the win, and then Tom Flitty came home second. So there must have been some serious fuel saving strategy that we did not pick up on there, DP. So yeah. Hold on just 1 second here, folks. We are having some issues with our audio, so just stay tuned here just a second. back live with our top three finishers. Again, we apologize. We were kind of focusing on track bar, but we actually had two trucks that saved fuel, Tom Flitty and Ward Burton. So we did not even think that they were on the lead lap, but they finished first and second. So we'll get a word with them here in just a second. But first, I'll get a word with Mr. Track Bar. Man, you had a fast truck all night long. We thought that you won the race, but you actually end up coming home third. Tell us about your race and how'd you end up getting P3? Absolutely. Well, good job getting that P3, even though we thought you had won the thing. We'd love to have a lap counter and leaderboard, but we did the best we could with the information we had. So, DP, I'll let you take our second place finisher of Tom Flitty.
Obviously, you guys may have been on a different strategy. So tell me about your race. Tell us how that worked out for you. Second place, maybe could have done something different. What do you think there, Tom Tom?
Um, yeah, I mean, like Track Bar said, it was a really fun race, and you had to manage kind of the unpredictability of what the car was going to do coming off the corner here, because it's just just a little bit wonky, I guess, for lack of a better word. But I started in the back, so it looked like it had that green flag type of run, and obviously it did. There wasn't even a caution, which actually surprised me because I expected us to kind of wad it up a couple times and have some fun racing there. But it was still fun to have it spread out and so forth. So after the first run, I actually started saving a little bit, just anticipating, this is gonna keep going green, and the best way to get the best finish is to just try to save as much as I possibly could. And I saved all I could, man. I was sputtering at the start finish line, so just kind of walked into that second place finish. So definitely happy, and there's really nothing I could have done better because I was running on the controller and I couldn't pop it in neutral, so it was a lot harder to save the gas. But Word Burton always does a really good job of managing that. Him and a couple other guys always do a really good job of saving fuel, and he capitalized on it today and got the victory. So congrats to him. And like I said, I'm happy with second place, so I'll take it.
Well, nonetheless, incredible run. Strategy kind of stole the show. You had the second best strategy in the race. Ryan, you have our winner, though, Ward Burton.
Absolutely. Ward Burton, you come home with the win, definitely on fuel strategy, but still, a win is a win there, buddy. Tell us about your race and how you made it work and got that gold medal.
Well, the beauty about Darlington is that when you stay out longer against guys that, have older tires and so on or short pit, the speeds don't really fall off. And to be honest, we made a setup, I think, maybe 5 minutes before the race because we're working on the summer heat stuff. So it kind of had something. But when I did the math before the race, I'm like, okay, well, 68 laps, that means we got to go 23 each. And I think the fuel window was 19. So I said, all right, we'll try to save it, try to save a little bit of tires and just see what we had. We were starting from the back, which is so hard as it is because we had one last week. And it's so hard to make up spots at this track, because it's such a single line race and it's so hard to, like, get around someone. And I knew after the first pit stop, once we went green, that we were going to get pretty much spread out. I made up a little ground. I was about maybe 12, 13 seconds off the lead, and we were gaining. We cut it down to 11 on those, even while fuel saving on the newer tires. And then once I knew we had 8 lap fresher tires through the second time around, and we'd went 23 laps, so we can make it to the end. You could take the shots, you can take the criticism, regards to the fact that, hey, she wasn't built for speed tonight, but we anticipated to go caution free, and that's what happens. We come here to win. We don't come here to finish second place. So I'll take a win here tonight. Back to back wins. I mean, I honestly couldn't be more prouder of the result. But with one race coming into the playoffs next week, Road America is going to be a fun one. It's going to have a lot less fuel saving, and we're not going to be the favorites, obviously, going in. Guys like Aviator and so on are going to be really good there. So I'm eager to see. I love my road courses, but I'm eager to see how the playoff picture looks moving forward. And I also want to thank Rock and everyone else, that put this league together and so on for the opportunity. These last 2 weeks, again, been mixed with strategy, mixed with race, but glad we've been able to get done the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Good win to you. Now 2 in a row. And again, like you said, shout out to Rock NASCAR 388 for helping put this together, presenting this first season of the Leading Edge Pro Series. We appreciate him and everyone for tuning in, watching, commenting, and liking the video on Facebook Live. DP, what is your final thoughts? We kind of got stumbled up. They tricked us there with the fuel strategy, but still an awesome race, no cautions, and fuel strategy pays off tonight.
Yeah, better be on that strategy if you want to win in the Leading Edge Pro Series. These guys put on an incredible race. Darlington, what a tricky track. Some of these guys made it look easy. Just incredible racing that we see. Can't wait till next week. Like you said, one race to the playoffs. This is about to get good.
Yes, sir, it is. And that will do it for us tonight. Again, we apologize. We thought Track Bar took on that victory. But Track Bar comes home in third. Tom Flitty second. Ward Burton makes it 2 in a row, coming home as your race winner. Again, the Leading Edge Pro Series from Darlington. That will do it for myself and my good buddy, Deplorable Me 44.